Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to church.
Poetic church.
Arguing about religion is like having debates about why babies are cute. Most babies. Or like giving a lecture on why you have your mother's smile when it just is a part of you, like God is, because God is. But so often we attempt to cut the Most High out of our skin like a blind surgeon, performing malpractice on ourselves when no surgery is even needed. The cures to the diseases that we're seeking already exist within ourselves. As if Khalil Gibran pays rent for the biological tenets living as remedies inside of our arteries, and we always act like we gotta say the Lord's name, as if it isn't already in vain. Looking up at the sky for help, hope, God, aliens, and receive nothing but chemtrails staring back at you, wrapping your face in the clouds like it's the shroud of Turin trying to bleed out stars, because everybody seems to know who God is, as if you aren't and only they are, as if they had Jesus' jism in a jar. However, I know what faith looks like, because I have seen her pull God from her womb like a Christ-created C-section. And no matter how difficult the hardships were when growing up, all I remember, me and my sister, happiness was all we felt, because my mother always kept a smile as bright as sunlight, or as bright as the sun's light, as if she had the words to Nikia Rosa by Nikki Giovanni inscribed inside herself, because black love is black wealth, and you will never know who God is until you find what faith looks like inside yourself. Faith has nothing to do with the belief in things not seen. I actually know what it looks like. It is a brown lady with bad knees and the best baked goods. You have tasted the ability to never quit, laugh at your own hardship, and rise a weary spirit from a mattress at 6 a.m. like bread that is leavened. And I have her smile tattooed across my face like joy, like graffiti plastered on a subway train headed for heaven. And God is my grandmother.
You better go ahead.
With the divinely given ability to pray force fields in front of households, causing bullets to bounce back. See, I'm certain religion is not real. However, I'm sure that God is. I mean, shit, I just told you, she's my freaking grandmother, Mary Louise Jenkins, and nobody, but then I say nothing about Miss Jenkins, or otherwise, that would be blasphemy. And when I die, I want God to be at the burial, with a smile in her pocket, and a joke in between her lips, laughing at everyone for crying. And I want the poem on my tombstone to be so short and poignant that you won't even need a single syllable to recite it. Just a thought of thankfulness from my heart to your eyes, grateful for the precious time that I spent here with you. And I bet that God is the best stand-up comedian we've ever seen. But we're always so busy looking for all the answers that we hardly take the time to laugh. And before you know it, my name is Slanky Hughes.
Come on, come on.
What's your name?
I'm Curtis.
Definition.
It was love at first right. Love at first right. Connected with her thoughts like eye contact. Her pupils were pages. Stared onto the lines and into her mind, and oh, was it oh so beautiful. Infatuated with her stories, from pain that gave way to elegant phrases. The world tried to strip her of dignity and grace, leaving her spiritually naked, so she clothed her soul in metaphors and pages. Poetry was her everything. You can hear hip-hop in her talk with rhythm in her walk left, footprints like sonnets as her story. Where she stood was the present, Steps visualized on her path, scripted out poetically in paragraphs, gave us hope for the future. So she drew poetry like self-portraits and diaries and personal journals. You see, men had forgot her words, so she used words to redefine it. Whether screaming out on stages or keeping creativity concealed in closets and notebooks, nonetheless, that paper was her savior. Yes, her pen went deep, and this queen's beauty was beyond skin deep. She sported scars that were gorgeous, really couldn't control my reaction, because her wounds simply proved her worth and experience. The imperfections made her perfect. So each so-called flaw made her appear even more attractive. I mean, her skin is made from 3 layers of poetic verses. Symphonies play whenever she speaks, and every time that she bleeds, the world drinks from her ink. So she keeps turning pages and flipping phrases as she goes through various stages of living. Baptize myself in her saliva, gaining divine inspiration every time she starts spitting. She's my goddess and my griot, heroine to so many, sister, daughter, mother, cousin, student, full-time employee, your cool auntie, poet, songstress, extra dope lyricist, my favorite MC. So many often fail to remind her of her worth, so she hides the hurt deep inside a verse. But ain't it funny how God works? Because all of her pain just happened to be the source of her beauty. No poetry I could ever write will be able to fully capture the essence of thee, a blessing indeed. Took the trials and tribulations of life and made a dope style, throwing inspiration all over my blank pages when she writes. I dedicate this to all the oh-so-lovely lady lyricists. I imagine the perfect kiss still wouldn't be equivalent to the poems you spit. This is dedicated to the poetress who writes priceless, bringing forth life as she recites with insight from her third Isis. No, not hip-hop, but when my heartbeat drops, she speaks so unique with poetry that's heaven sent. And even if holy lyrical trilogies cease to exist, when she writes, even in times of so-called silence, there's always love inside the lines. So you just can't help but smile all the time, and you know that I'm right. Shit, before it's all said and done, God knows I'm probably gonna make a poet my wife, synchronize my heartbeat with her heartbeat like 1-2. I dedicate this to you. And Tupac once said that we should thank God and celebrate the tenacity of the roses that managed to grow from concrete. Well, I'm here to tell you that my roses were just a bit more than simply tenacious. They were amazing. A status far above those weltering buds that simply blow away when the winds get harsh. You could strike cold winds like metal to their hearts and indeed receive a spark, igniting true life and love. These were more than your usual gentle petals that the world likes to ignore and leave trampled by the wayside of time, legacy lost and frozen. I'm talking about cast iron roses. Known for upholding the truth, provided me with still roots all throughout my youth. So when thorns and thickets tried to get in the middle, I was able to stay grounded due to their guidance and nourishment. So now I'm serving this like home-cooked meals with a pinch of mama magic. Stories get mixed with something tragic in the ghetto residence where life gets packed with madness, and adolescents sell packs of momentary gladness that routinely morphs into lifelong addiction and sadness. You see regular roses bloom in good weather when the season is right. Sure, that's easy. However, cast iron roses not only survive, but find ways to thrive through hard winters. Cast iron like them pots that hung in grandma's kitchen. I'm talking cast iron like the Franklin wood burning stove in the living room. Better feed the fire, gotta cut the kindling, keep the kids warm, yet always still manage to bloom in full beauty like that rose bush in the front yard. Life's trials make us who we are. The creative designs on nature fully equips us for what we need in order to survive the storm. I'm talking cast iron roses that pack thick thorns. My mother ripped a switch from the roses and tore my tail up that time I tried to throw my sister from the top of the staircase. Thorns and all.
Come on.
This beautiful bouquet is clearly a rare case. I'm talking cast iron roses with names like Mary, Pauletta, Devon, and Teresa, strong enough to hold a household up. When the winds blew, they never wavered, just worked with what was given, at times trampled and nearly smothered beneath pieces of hardship, tragedy, and broken concrete, but still stood their ground regardless. Cast iron roses with patches on their souls. Cast iron roses like Maggie Henry and Sarah Davis, more than tenacious, amazing. I'm talking Stacy, Shelley, Mamie, Ivy, Iris, Ernestine, Justine, and Sarah Weaver weave these poetic procedures like fine fabric deep into your soul's tapestry. Some might call it resilience. I refer to it as mastery because I was raised by strong women who mastered the art of living. They say nothing is ever too big to deal with when compared to the amount that God gives. These are my bloodlines. Observe how I spit them. You see, you made me me. So I rep for warriors who wear scars like medals, sprouted steel petals like wings, and more than just wiggled their way through the cracks, but truly penetrated solid pavement and broke their way through cast iron roses. This is for you, black woman. Well, they constantly continue to call you out of your name, but you see, a rose is still a rose, and for me, your worth has always remained for my cast iron roses.